Hi, I'm Andy Maddock, and today in Python we're going to be going over how to add variables and strings together. We're going to start using the Hello World project that we were using from before. I erased everything in the project. At the top line here we just have a comment. You can tell by the hash or the number sign here, and then adding variables in the strings. This is ignored because it's a comment. I'm going to start by creating a variable. I'm going to name this variable variable1. And I'm going to make it equal a string, so quotes, and it's going to say test. So variable1 equals test. And variable2 and that is going to be a space and the word me. So variable2 equals space and the word me. So now I'm going to add it. I'm going to use the print function to print it out to our console view. So this is going to be a string because it's in quotes. The output is space, and then I'm going to use the plus sign, and I'm going to say variable1. So this is the way I prefer to do it. I use this in other languages, and it works pretty well. What this is going to do, it's going to print out the output is, and then use variable1. So the output is test. So when we look at that, you'll see the output is test. That's the first way to do it. The second way to do it is a new function in Python 3 with the printf. So you type the print, parentheses, f, and then your quotes. The output is, and then you use curly braces, and you're going to put in those your variable. So variable1. So it's going to look like that. It's going to be print, parentheses f, and then quotes, the output is curly braces, and inside you're going to have variable1, which is test. So basically the f is going to tell it to look for anything that has curly braces, and inside that's a variable that's going to be replaced. So when we play it, it does the exact same thing as the first line. So that's another way to put it in. The third option to do that is to use a percent sign. So we're going to use the print function again. We're going to do quotes. We're going to say the output is, and then we're going to do percent sign. And then when you use the percent sign, you have to tell what type of variable. So since we're using a string, it's an S. If it was an integer or a float, it would be other variable or other letters there. So string is S, so the output is %s, and then now we got to tell what we want that %s to be replaced with. So after the end of the quotes, we do another percent sign, then we do parentheses, and we do the name of the variable. So it's going to replace it with that variable. So it looks like that. Hit play, and it is, the output is test. Once again, all identical. The last way to do it is the format option. So we're going to use the print function again. The output is, and this one we use the parentheses. We don't have the F here. So in this one you actually do a format option. So it's going to be dot format. And then in those parentheses we're going to put the name of the variable that you're going to replace it with. So that's going to be variable1. Like this. So as you can see, it does the output as test again. So basically, you're going to go into this string. It's going to look for the two curly braces, and then the dot format says this function is going to replace those two curly braces with whatever variables in here. Now the question is, how do you do multiple variables? So we're going to do that next. So we have variable2. It's set to a space and a me. So we're going to add it to the first one first. So to do this one, it's easy. You just hit plus and variable2. So I could add it as many times as I want. So variable1 plus variable2. Hit run, and see the output is test me over here. Now to add it to this one, if you do this kind, you have to do another curly braces, and in there variable2. So it'll look, if you have the F here, it looks for whatever's in the curly braces, and it'll put in the variable replacement that you have chosen here. Play that one. The output is test me. Okay, the next one with the percent sign, same thing, it's going to do a replacement, so we're going to use another %s. So every %s is going to be a variable that it replaces. And then we go into here, so we have %, this is after the quotes end, %, and then parentheses. In the parentheses, we're going to do variable 1, comma, and then the next variable it's going to replace. And this one goes in order, so the first s % is going to be this one, the second %s is going to be this one. And that looks like this. Yeah, but it's test me. Okay, and then the same holds true for the last method here. Every curly brace, it's going to go in order. So I do curly brace and another set of curly braces, and then I just separate these by commas, variable 1, variable 2. I hit play, and the output is test me. So those are 4 different ways to put variables into string output or add with the strings. You can also move the variables around. They don't have to be specifically in the middle of the string. If you wanted to add more to that, you could do this. Now remember, I'm adding a space here because otherwise if I don't, it'll push it right against the me because there's no space in this string here for variable 2. So the output is test me, and here is more data. So if I do that, I hit play, and now I have that entire string is all concatenated together, showing me it all together like that. Okay, so now if I want to add that, and here's more data to the end of these other ones, I'm just going to copy and paste this instead of typing it. But I would put this on after the variable because the variables are being injected because of this F statement in the middle here in the parentheses or curly braces. So I'm going to add that there. And then when I hit run, you'll see it adds it here. The output is test me, and here's more data. Now in this one, since I'm putting in the variables after the string is ended, and I'm just replacing these %s, I'm going to put the rest of the string here. So the output is %s, which is going to replace these 2 variables, and then it's going to continue on and do the rest of that string. Hit run, and there it is. The output is test me, and here's more data. And the same holds true for this last method, the format method. The output is curly brace, which is going to replace these 2 variables in there, and here's more data. It will be put as well in order there. So all 4 of these methods all produce exactly the same output. They're just different ways to do it. So you can choose the method that you prefer the best. It's usually good to stick with the same method through your entire program. So it's easier for other programmers to see how you work, and they can edit your code easily. Okay, thank you, and that's all I have for this video.